Introduction à l'imparfait. By now, you're probably familiar with the passé composé. Today, we're going to look at another verb tense, l'imparfait. Both of these tenses are used for actions that happened in the past. But what's the difference? Quelle est la différence? You can think of the passé composé as sort of a snapshot. It is used for an action that began and ended in the past. It has a distinct beginning and ending. L'imparfait, on the other hand, can be compared to a film. It is used for actions that are more continuous or ongoing. These actions might not have distinct endings. When describing actions that happened in the past, it's important to use the correct verb tense for each context. This video will outline the main differences between l'imparfait et le passé composé. Number 1. Occasional actions versus habitual actions. Consider the sentence, Crystal was afraid of the cat. Crystal isn't normally afraid of cats, but in this case, she might make an exception. Because this is something that happened one specific time and not something that occurs on a regular basis, this is an occasional action. Occasional actions are described using the passé composé. Crystal was afraid of the cat. Cristal a eu peur du chat. Now, consider the sentence, Sabrina was always afraid of cats. In Sabrina's case, the fear of cats wasn't part of an isolated incident. This was an ongoing action that occurred on a regular basis. Because Sabrina was always afraid of cats, we know that this was a habitual action, not an occasional action. Habitual actions are described using l'imparfait. Sabrina was always afraid of cats. Sabrina avait toujours peur des chats. Number 2. Complete actions versus incomplete actions. Consider the sentence, Crystal read the book. This action occurred in the past, and because Crystal finished the book, it has a distinct ending. Because the action started and ended in the past, it is a complete action. For complete actions, we use le passé composé. Crystal read the book. Cristal a lu le livre. Now, consider the sentence, Sabrina was reading a book. We know that this action took place in the past, but it doesn't have a distinct ending. We don't know when, or even if, Sabrina ever finished the book. Since this action does not have a distinct ending, it is an incomplete action. For incomplete actions, we use l'imparfait. Sabrina was reading a book. Sabrina lisait un livre. Number 3. Background actions versus interruption actions. Let's look at this sentence carefully. Sabrina was dancing when Crystal opened the door. Notice that there are two different actions in this sentence. Sabrina was dancing is the background action. Crystal opened the door is the interruption action. Crystal opening the door interrupted Sabrina's dancing. For the background action, we use l'imparfait. For the action that interrupts the background action, we use le passé composé. Sabrina was dancing when Crystal opened the door. Sabrina dansait quand Cristal a ouvert la porte. Let's do a quick recap of what we've learned. For For occasional actions, complete actions, and interruption actions, we use le passé composé. For habitual actions, incomplete actions, and background actions, we use l'imparfait. As-tu compris? Let's do a little practice exercise to see how much you understood. Traduis les phrases suivantes. Translate the following sentences. Be careful. Should the verb be in passé composé or imparfait? You can feel free to pause the video if you want to think about your answers. Number 1. She drank juice every day. Since this was something that she did every day, we know that this was a habitual action. For habitual actions, we use l'imparfait. Elle buvait du jus chaque jour. Number 2. He stole the juice. This is an isolated incident that began and ended in the past. Therefore, it is a single, complete action, so we should use the passé composé. Il a volé le jus. Number 3. They were studying when the phone rang. Did you notice that there were two actions in this sentence? The background action, they were studying, was interrupted by the phone ringing. The background action is in the imparfait, while the interruption action is in the passé composé. Ils étudiaient quand le téléphone a sonné. Number 4. She drew a house. This is another action that occurred once and clearly began and ended in the past. Therefore, we should use the passé composé. Elle a dessiné une maison. Number 5. Last year, he slept in all of his classes. Since this is something that he did repeatedly and continuously last year, we know that this is a habitual action. Therefore, we should use l'imparfait. L'année dernière, il dormait dans tous ses cours. Now that you're an expert at using l'imparfait, let's review the conjugation process. Chante avec nous!
C'est l'imparfait, un passé composé, il faut les différencier. C'est l'imparfait, un passé composé, et on va l'examiner. Je veux le conjuguer.
Doing present tense, put up the O in this. Now you got the stem, just have to add the end. As long as you remember this rhyme, you get the conjugation right every time.
C'est l'imparfait, un passé composé, il faut les différencier. C'est l'imparfait, un passé composé, et on va l'examiner. Je veux le conjuguer. Je veux le conjuguer.
To do in present tense, put up the O in this. Now you got the stem, just have to add the end. As long as you remember this rhyme, you get the conjugation right every time.